Okay, everyone, we're back. I made it through one holiday. Now I'm back and we're gonna fix buttermilk pie. I'm gonna put a little twist to my buttermilk pie. So, what we have here, we have 3 tablespoons of flour, 1 1/4 cup of sugar, ground cinnamon, buttermilk, okay? We have allspice, ground allspice. We have ground nutmeg. We have 3 eggs and a lemon and 1 stick of butter. And we have the pie crust. I'm going to take this pie crust. What I'm going to do, I'm going to let it cook just a little bit. So when you put liquid in there, it don't be so mushy, but it already start forming. I put my oven on 350. So this is what I have done. I'm going to place it in the oven. Okay, so first what we're going to do, we're going to use a stick of butter. It says a half a cup. A half a cup is equal to 1 stick, room temperature. Everything has to be room temperature. The butter is room temperature. The eggs is room temperature. The milk, the buttermilk is room temperature. Everything is room temperature. When you're going to cook something, you let it be room temperature. This is 1 1/4 cup of sugar. You take it, you mix it up in there real good. Look, I like this type right here. I like a hand mixer. I have the other mixer, but I'm just not into that right now in my life. I like this here because it seems like I have a feel, I have a control of everything and what I do and how I feel. Okay, and I have 3 tablespoons of flour. That's going in there, okay? And then I have 3 eggs. We're going to mix 1 egg at a time. I don't like to mix my eggs up in there like that. So 1 egg at a time, that's the way I like to do it. So I can make sure I'm getting what I want. Okay, so this is... Okay, that's 2 eggs. Now, 3 eggs. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the lemon. I'm going to take the lemon. And I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to use me 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Okay. Okay, what this is going to do is going to give it a bite. Okay. Now what I'm going to do with this is my grater. I want me a little of zest in there. So this is lemon zest. So I'm just going to use me a little bit of this up in there, which is going to work good. And don't go all the way down to the white. Don't do it to the white. Just do the top of the lemon. Okay? Because we want to give it a little bite. This is what this is going to do, is to give it a bite. So we're looking at about, if you do this like this, see that? Oh, Lordy Jesus. If you see this like this, you just want a bite. You don't want a lot. So this right here probably be about Let me see what this here is. We're looking at about, let's make it about a half a teaspoon. Not even a half. Let's make it about a fourth of a teaspoon. And that's what it's going to be. So if you're going to look at it and you're going to do it that way, do about a fourth of a teaspoon, and that's it. Now we're going to do the cinnamon. And with the cinnamon, we're going to use, I'm going to start off with a fourth of a teaspoon of cinnamon. Then we're going to use not a lot of allspice, okay, everyone? Not a lot. We're just going to use a half of this fourth because we just want to give it just some flavor. I like everything with just a little bit flavor in there, a little bit zest. And you want to have a bite of this and a bite of that up in there. So this is the nutmeg. So I'm going to use a fourth and a half of nutmeg. Now I'm going to use about two-fourths of a teaspoon of nutmeg. And then I'm going to use a cup of buttermilk. Okay, and we're going to use a cup of buttermilk. Because remember, this is buttermilk pie. So that's that cup. And then we're going to use a fourth of salt. 1/4 teaspoon of salt is going in there. Okay, and we're going to use vanilla extract. Two things I forgot to put out there. I forgot to put the salt and the vanilla extract there. And we're using a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, now all this is going to get mixed together. Buttermilk making it turns a different texture. If you notice it, if you're looking at it, it was smooth until I put that buttermilk in there. As soon as I put that buttermilk in there, it became a different texture. This is what it does. It becomes a totally different texture. So don't think that something is wrong with it, because nothing is wrong with it. That's just the way it does. It becomes a totally different texture as soon as you add the buttermilk in there. Now my pie crust is already ready. See the little puffs up in there where it's just like a puffy taco is what I was getting ready to say to you. I'm serious. But that's what it looks like. And see, all of that made one pie shell. All of that came into one pie shell. And we're going to put it on 350 for 50 to 55 minutes. And the way you check it, you get your toothpick, you stick it in the middle, and if it don't come off with anything on that toothpick, it's ready. You can feel it to see if it's firm, to make sure it's not watery. So what I'll do, I'll be back when this is okay. We're back. And that buttermilk pie is finished. Look at it. It looks really good. Really, really good. And it turned out perfect. Now I'm going to cut into it. I should have let it cool a little bit more, but I didn't. The bottom part all up under there. I didn't cut it all the way down. It needs to cool. You see it still got that smoke. So let it cool, y'all. Let it cool. I'm going to stick that just like that so I can taste it. But let it cool. If you let it cool, it does really good. I'm just cutting into it because I want to taste it. That's just me. But let it cool. It turned out good. Let me look at it. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that turned out really good. All it has to do is just cool. That's it. Let me taste this here. See what we have here. So I know it's still kind of hot. Yeah, this buttermilk pie. And it's sweet. And everything turned out good. Don't do what I do. Don't cut this before it cools. Let it cool down. Me, I was just impatient because I had a sweet tooth. And plus my children and my husband, they ate up the other the other buttermilk pie. And then I wanted some more. And this is what we had for Thanksgiving. And it got that little tweak in there. You know, that little twang in there with that lemon. And just remember, put your little zest of lemon. Grate you some up in there. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Everything is there, what I told you to do and how to do it. Do it the same way I do it. Everything room temperature. And the one thing, you know, I always have to leave you with something. Let me tell you something. A lot of children out here, I don't know, I think of these babies all the time and they always on my mind. And children out here are so afraid to be themselves, or so afraid what people are going to think about them or say about them or criticize them. But you have to realize you don't never know who's going to have to clean your butt. Never know. But I want to leave you with this right here. Let your heart be open where you can communicate with your child. Let your child be someone that can come to you and say, Mama, so and so this, Mama, so and so that. Don't be so negative. Don't mess their spirits up in their life. Because we have to be the kind of parents that's going to be there for our children and being our children back. Now, if they out here stealing, selling drugs, anything like that, well, I can see why you don't want to have their back. But if they doing something that's going to show you that they're going to be accomplished out here in this world. Sometimes we don't like what our children do, or what they may want to be in life, or what they chose to do with their life. You know, it's something I want to say, but I can't say what I got really on my mind. Maybe on some of the videos coming up, maybe I want to come out and say just what I feel. But if any of y'all can try to be a mind reader to me, let me know what I'm talking about or what I'm trying to say. Hey, hit me up. Subscribe to me. Hit the like button. And bon appetit, baby.